Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos, and welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table, hosted by Wrestling Republic. And as always, I'm joined by none other than Soul. Welcome back to the show, Soul. How you doing?
Oh, it is always good to grace my presence with the table, as
Of
always.
course, of course. Not necessarily head of the table, but you're up there.
No,
You're up
no,
there
no,
with
no.
with
More
us,
the
you know.
advisor or the steward.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Yes, yes, yes. So everyone that's joined in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course, we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite that's happened, that's been and gone last night. And yeah, we're just gonna dive into all the segments and all the matches and give our overall thoughts on what's been happening in the world of AEW. It's always chaotic as we know it. But yeah, before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. Make sure you check out all the latest updates on our Instagram pages. We'll jump all that promo stuff at the end. But yeah, without further ado, let's take it to the table. Right, all right. So yeah, as I said, AEW Dynamite has been and gone last night. Um, what's your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts of Dynamite last night? So
I thought it was really, really solid.
yeah.
It was absolutely grand. It was just like one thing after another, boom, 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 and it was just like, oh shit, strap yourself in. This is going to be a fun ride.
100%, 100%. I definitely felt it was a stronger episode than it was last week. I feel like it was, even though not to say that last week's episode was bad, but it was kind of all over the place in terms of what they were trying to deliver in terms of old random segments. Some of them that went a bit longer than they should have. Filler matches. But in this one, I feel they had more of a concrete direction, and it just all flowed. I think everything suited perfectly. The opener was great. Everything in between. There was probably one match that I thought wasn't this highlight, which I'll get into later on.
Oh, I
But
wonder
yeah.
what one that was. Oh boy.
You might be surprised. You never know. But
Oh.
yeah, overall it was very solid, very enjoyable from start to finish, I must say. But yeah, this is get into it as we always do. So of course, the show started with Wardlow coming out with some cutouts of MJF. One of MJF mocking CM Punk's seating stance, and another one where he was when he had him in a headlock, but obviously had the tape behind it.
Yeah.
And then
Did you know? I like the subtle detail of Wardlow not getting his theme coming out, unlike everyone else.
yes, there's
I
a
was like,
lot.
oh,
That's what I was about to say. In this whole segment, there's a lot of things like subtle things that people that probably the casual fan doesn't pick up on, but it was
I'd
there
like
was
to
quite,
describe this segment as a nice steak. It's a nice, good
yeah,
steak. It's nice and juicy, but then there's just little extra toppings and little
yeah.
bits of sauce and a little bit of spice and thyme and salt, and it's like, it's building up.
Yeah, definitely. You might have to do the little Salt Bay little thingy that they does. You never know, as well.
Oh,
100%. So yeah, of course, Warlow didn't come out. Didn't have his theme. But then Justin Roberts announced FTR coming out with Tully. Um, and then there was they got their entrance theme. Sean Spears came out afterwards. He got his entrance theme. Then of course the main event, which was of course MJF coming out with this glorious
coming out like King Corbin.
pretty much but done better.
Oh yes,
um
absolutely.
it was
Oh my
long
god.
ass introduction, came out with
Yeah.
the guys, and then he went up to the when he got to the ring, he had like two girls by his side. He went to kiss one of them kissed him on his cheek, and the other one
And
he
then,
went to the right. He basically ate her face off.
cannibalism on AEW tonight. God damn, that woman's face was getting clear off.
It was crazy.
Like, they were really going for it as well. Who the hell is that? Is that his girlfriend or something?
That is actually his girlfriend.
Fuck, well, no bad. MGF is better than us. Well,
he made sure everyone knew that this is my piece right here. You know what I mean? So,
rocking hell.
that was cool. So yeah, they came in. Obviously, MJF was obviously boasting about how he beat CM Punk not once but twice.
Twice.
And then yeah, it was just all boasting. And then there was another little subtle bit where obviously he was saying you know, first off, you know, I couldn't have beaten CM Punk without my main man. You know, this guy's been with me through thick and thin. The camera kept on going to Wardlow, and he was just like, I would like to say a big thank you to, and he was about to step forward, and he went to say Sean Spears.
It was like, what the fuck?
I was just like,
imagine like Wardlow had the little tear down. He's like, oh, this is really sentimental. As soon as he said Sean Spears, that tear went shooting right back up into his fucking eyes. Like, nah, no fucking wasting it on you, pal.
You even hear it. That's why it was
like, no, I'm not doing it tonight. No.
Oh man, yeah, that was mad. The greatest accountability buddy that anyone could ever have, of course.
Yeah.
And again, still boasting about how he won not once but twice. And then out comes CM Punk. He didn't even bother getting his seat. He just came out. He didn't even come out to his theme music, did he? He just came out.
No, he didn't. He just strolled on out and then
strolled on out.
Just like, yeah, give me the mic.
Give me the mic. Got to Tony Schiavone to you know, hold the mic for him. He was just like saying, you know, screw this. I want a rematch. And then MJF obviously says like, no, I don't. You ain't gonna get a rematch. Already beating you. You don't need it. And he was just like, nah, not you. I want a rematch against Wardlow.
And then who really beat me. It was like, ooh,
yeah. And that's another thing where I think that's the beautiful thing, where a little subtle thing that people probably didn't really pick up on, because obviously MJF obviously, CM Punk didn't really feed into MJF's narcissism. So obviously that's why he thought, obviously automatically he's thinking about me. But as soon as he said no, Wardlow, that obviously played that mind games trick on.
Yeah, I liked how the rest of the Pinnacle were like trying to surround Wardlow. It's like, don't step forward, don't go near him. It's like, yeah, you're with us, bro. You're with us. Come on, stay with the team.
Yeah,
we can't have you going away.
This little subtle things like that was just great. And then obviously then eventually I think then you got at Sting and got Darby out, saying you know I learned from last time, I'm gonna have people on my behind my back. And then eventually it came up to a stipulation saying that you know, MJF said, I'll face you if you're able to beat FTR with a partner of your choosing, but it can't be Sting or Darby Allin. And then it was like, fine, whatever.
It's like, you go find the partner. Who were you thinking at that point? Who do you think Punk was going to bring out?
I honestly don't know, because like the thing is, it was kind of weird because obviously MJF said, you know, find someone at the back that actually likes you. And in my head, I was just like, I could, like, obviously CM Punk, like who doesn't like him, you know, besides
there's someone I could think of.
So like so I honestly couldn't think of someone. The person that he chose, I didn't even think of it. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't think of it as well. Did you see on Punk on Twitter during the show? He was tweeting out to Danhausen and Samoa Joe like, "Oh, you guys in the building? Can you come give me a hand?"
Oh,
and everyone was like, "Oh shit, is it so Joe's coming back?" And I was like, immediately when I thought, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get Danhausen." That's who I honestly. That's who I thought he was gonna get Danhausen.
Fair enough. But yeah. So obviously that segment kind of pretty much ended. And then obviously also if for everyone that can't get enough of Sting and Darby Allin, don't worry about it, because they made sure they came back in the next segment all of a sudden backstage. Double duty within 5 minutes. And then obviously they was talking about Andrade. But they weren't like gossiping about Andrade, but basically Andrade showed up because obviously he wants to get Darby Allin to work for him. Sting said, look, he's his own man. He doesn't work for me. Like, what's going on here? And then obviously Darby said, look, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm just looking to regain my TNT title. And then Andrade said, well, you might just be looking at the next TNT champion, which finally Andrade has a direction.
I feel like we're gonna get a mission finally. I feel like we're gonna get that triple threat match: Andrade, Sammy, and Darby at Revolution. Now that seems really set in stone.
I'm cool with that.
That's cool. I mean, I'm gonna see it live. I don't give a shit. Give me.
I'm looking to see it live.
That'd be grand.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, because right now I'm still not convinced about Andrade, and he's had a really unlucky run so far. Besides obviously the 1-2. Sorry?
it started strong with Pac, and then it just dipped
yeah,
a little bit.
It just dwindled. And obviously, it has a couple highlights here and there, like the match he had with Cody was great, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it needs to be more consistent. If it's definitely going for a title, that's fine. I'm here for that. And then, of course, that was another thing. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But in the prior segment, MJF pretty much outright said that Wardlow, you're having a match next, so better get ready for that. So it was even though that segment happened with Sting and Darby Allin, he still had enough time to run to the back, get changed, and come back out. And that's when he got his entrance, which I wasn't sure if that really made sense. I mean, like if he was really, if they really wanted to, I guess he could have just fought in his suit, but and just stayed out there.
Nah, but, he needs the singlet. The singlet's the power. That's where he gets the power for the powerbomb. It's in the singlet.
Yeah, makes sense. So so he came out. He was facing the Blade, and it was a non-squash match, which was
it was pretty long. I honestly thought it was gonna be like, oh, Blade hits a move, then powerbomb Symphony 6 times, and then boom, we're done. But no, I was like, oh shit, Blade's actually putting in some work here.
Yeah. And it was nice. It's always refreshing because you could actually, like, Wardlow worked. Like he had a bum knee for the majority of the match. He sells all right. He sells cool. And
I feel like that's a good taster of, like, if you're gonna put a belt on someone like that who's had big squash matches, you don't want an Ultimate Warrior situation where they have to end up doing longer matches and they're shit.
Yeah.
I feel like if Wardlow did get a title or was maybe put in the main event scene, he could go for maybe a 30-minute match.
Yeah, I would say so, 100%. So but obviously with all the offense that the Blade had, it wasn't enough. Eventually he succumbed to the powerbomb Symphony. I think he hit it 4 times. Was it 4 times?
Yeah, 4 or 5, I think it was.
Yeah. And then obviously 1, 2, 3. He was obviously reveling in the victory until, of course, Shawn Spears comes out of nowhere, gets his rocks off by hitting the Blade with a chair shot. And then he walks out of the ring. That was it. That guy he needs mental health.
He's funny. I like the guy. I think he's hilarious.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Like he's found his niche right now. So
yeah,
100%. And then shortly after that, there was a little video package of Penta El Zero. It looked like he basically has gone through the same woods that Elias has, because
it pops up in his car, stands out. He just sees Elias like strumming his guitar. Like, oh, where are you up to, bro? I'm stuck in catering, bro. This is new catering for me.
Yeah, new catering. All I know is that Elias is dead, and then I have no idea where I'm at now. Like,
maybe he'll pop up in OVW or some random place like that.
Oh, imagine what a disrespect! But hell, Big Show went to OVW, so anything is possible.
Yeah, but hey, we're gonna get Pentagon Dark coming back now. It looks like.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
I wasn't familiar with Pentagon Dark, and I asked some guys to send me some clip from this Lucha Underground thing, which I'm also not familiar with. Heretic probably or something. And I was watching. I was like, "Oh fuck me! This is a bad man. This is a bad man." I was like, "Oh." I like Pentagon. I think he's amazing. Obviously with the Lucha Bros, I wanted them to be tag team champs from the beginning.
Yeah,
but now, like, seeing a single run for Pentagon as this dark character, fucking serve it to me on a platter. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah. I remember I wouldn't say I was a hardcore viewer of Lucha Underground. I did dabble in and out of it. I do remember him facing, was it Prince Puma, who's now Ricochet. And yeah, I think he looked more smoother there over there than he does now. And not to say that he's like Sin Cara levels, but the moves that he used to do back then, yeah, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. But I'm just wondering, is this just a massive twist of like them actually going to the House of Black or whatever the frick they're called now?
It's the House of Black, definitely. That's what they're called. The whole the faction's called House of Black, but Brody King and Malachi Black's tag team name is
right.
The Black Thrones. That's the tag team name.
Got it.
I feel like we could see Pac and Pentagon. Well, if it's Pentagon Dark, go into the House of Black, and maybe Ray Phoenix will get like a babyface run.
Mm-hmm.
trying to like, brother, come back to me. He's like Mustafa and the other one from the Lion King, Scar. That's it. And maybe we could get like Pentagon kicks him off a ladder or some shit like that. It's like, no.
Who got Mufasa'd back at WrestleMania? Was it Elias? Back at when he was at the Performance Center. You remember that? I'm pretty sure it was Baron Corbin and again Elias or someone. Someone was off, like was holding onto the edge. And he killed someone.
I don't know who it was, but all I remember is Vince taking that spot on a documentary, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. No. The one that spot that Vince did, that was when he was doing the spot for Gronk, where he did like a crossbody. Right. But there was definitely a segment. I'm pretty sure he not like King Corbin basically killed Elias. And I remember the sound effect. It was like so like over the top, like it was a loud thud, but it was like from where we see the Performance Center, like it was like that it could have been that solid concrete. It was weird. But anyway, as I'm going off a tangent. What were we talking about? Yeah, Penta.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, obviously he went to the graveyard where Elias was, dug up his own mask, and we're gonna see what happened, what comes up from that. The next up was the mandatory team meeting with the Inner Circle. So obviously there's some little friction going on within the team. Santana and Ortiz saying, they need to basically venture elsewhere. We're tired of taking Chris Jericho's slack, and when that he's stopping them going for the tag team titles and everything. So yeah, obviously they needed to have a team meeting in front of the millions. Couldn't do it backstage.
I'm sorry.
That was a nice little layup there. So yeah, that happened. What did you think of this segment?
Better than I thought it was going to be, except for one thing.
Ooh.
Sammy Guevara. I thought he was terrible in that segment.
So you don't think it was the right thing to do for him to like just focus on the TNT titles?
He just seems like a bit of a baby, and I was like, guys, we're family. Come on, Mom, Dad, stop fighting over the table. Come on. And then he's like, I quit this faction before, I'll do it again. That makes me seem like, he's just a bit of a stroppy wee boy.
You're not my real dad.
No, you're not my real dad. I'm gonna go back to my room and listen to Linkin Park. Ugh. I loved what Santana Ortiz did. I like what Jericho said about Hager, get Homicide and the other guy from LAX. Nice. I thought that was good. But I just thought Sammy was shit in that segment.
Fair enough.
I like Jericho. I still think Jericho's great at how he is now. I know that's debatable. A lot of people think he's out of his prime, and he probably is. But I still think he's good to have a good match with. And I feel like Jericho, because I noticed that Jericho, Hager, and Sammy all came out the heel tunnel. And Santana Ortiz came out the face tunnel. So,
did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
First thing I noticed. So for that point of view, if Sammy comes out the heel tunnel and then he's just like, oh, guys, we're family, I'm going to quit this thing, it doesn't really work.
Well, yeah, I get that. I mean, that was another question I was going to ask you as well.
No.
I mean, in terms of Jericho, he did cut a very heelish promo, I must say. Like he was saying, like, he's the influencer, you rob the people. You rob the people of their tickets from seeing Chris Jericho perform. He told them to shut up. So it was very, very heelish. I didn't realize that they came out of the heel tunnel. So yeah, God knows what's going to come out of that. Most likely, it wouldn't surprise me if it's just Jericho and Hager turning heel, and then Santana and Ortiz going through their babyface run, and then Sammy Guevara is kind of in the middle. God knows what he's going to do with that.
Does it also annoy you that Sammy still has 2 TNT title belts, not just one?
It fits his stick. It fits him. It's something that he would do, like how he is. So I guess I can give it a pass. Like if it was someone like Miro doing that, I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
But I think because it's him, I'll give it a slight pass. But I think that it's basically that just one title. It needs to merge them and just have one. I totally get that. But for now, I'll give it a pass because it's him. That's his stick.
There it is.
So So yeah, so right now, is it next week? Is it Santana and Ortiz
Yeah,
versus?
next week we're getting Santana Ortiz versus Jake Hager and Chris Jericho.
Got it. Yeah, so that should be interesting. That should be
I
cool.
think it'll be good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. So that happened, and then Tony show. Then obviously it cuts back to bed. That's another thing as well. There's quite a lot of segments in this show. Quite a
I
lot.
think they're all good segments though.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's done good, I actually don't mind it. Cause I remember I'm pretty sure like when Raw and SmackDown used to be like back in the day, like in the 2000s, there was a lot of segments and they were usually pretty good. So yeah, more like as long as they make sense and they're fine, not all over the
Yeah.
place, then yeah, 100%. So yeah, it cuts backstage. Tony Giovanni is talking backstage with Roppongi Vice. And obviously Romero said is that right that he says it's 100% ready, everything else, and then the Young Bucks show up. They say hello, and then Adam Cole shows up. Then they all basically beat down Romero, and then Cole says, "Hold up, there's someone else here," and then it so happens to be Jay White.
Witchblade. Fucking
Um,
yes.
so yeah, and then afterwards he launches Trent into the production truck. Says Matt has nice earrings, and then he walks away. That was it. So he is basically the person that busts down the forbidden door and signs a contract and shuts the door behind him. Even though I'm not sure that's how he actually portrayed, but yeah, Jay White is apparently all elite. Or just in a working partnership with New Japan. So yeah,
So
I'll be honest. I don't know much, if anything of Jay White's work. I just know that he is a very popular guy. In New Japan, he was in Bullet Club and all that kind of stuff. I properly got introduced to him when he randomly showed up at Impact. However, for me, because of that, and that's so recent, it kind of took a little bit of wind out of this debut. I don't know why. Because I've already just recently seen him in Impact, and I don't know if that was a one-time thing. But yeah, obviously that happened. But yeah, what do you think of of Jay White becoming all elite?
So Jay White's not all elite, actually. Here's the thing.
Oh, he's not. He's not. My bad.
So Tony's tweet on Friday, he basically misused the term "forbidden door" for
Yes.
our next debut. Then he knew he fucked up, so he made some arrangements and he got Jay White on the Sunday for this Wednesday show. So that's fine. I mean, hey, if you fucked up and you admit it, and then you deliver something which is probably what people even want more, then hey, I'm all for it. That's good business on your part. I also like the little subtle hints of I think it was Nick Jackson with the blade earrings, which is pretty funny.
I didn't really notice that. Fair enough.
But yeah, I think this leads into what I'm wanting is an elite civil fucking war.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's definitely leading up to that. As obviously there was another segment later on regarding that. So
think about it. You can get Jay Switchblade White with Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus the Bucks, Kenny, and who I'm hoping for is Ibushi or Okada.
Ooh. Maybe, yeah. That sound meaty. That is definitely an all-out co-main.
Wow, that sounds perfection.
100%. If they stick the landing, and I trust AEW with all, with everything, but I have in terms of long-term storytelling, and it pays off later down the year. 100%. Yeah, I'm definitely all for that. Civil War. Yeah, I'm liking that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my introduction to him. Matthew McKay, who's joined us. What's up, Matt? He says he's back in Impact now. He's facing Eric Young at the next pay-per-view. Oh, okay. So he's talking I assume he's talking about Jay White. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I forgot about Eric Young. I miss Eric Young. But yeah, that's it's a good signing. He made up for the big I don't know. It looks like he must have saw Keith Lee, and he basically said like, yes, I'm gonna do the unthinkable. I'm gonna do what Rick Rude did. Show sign someone that's on the contract, and then someone just pretty much whispered in his ear, like, he's a free agent, right? What?
Fuck.
Shit. Jay White, what's up, man?
Cody's like, Tony, he's not a free. He's a free agent, right? Oh shit. Okay. I have Jay White. Cody's like, fuck, fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. You've done it. I've done it. Well done.
It was a little bit of a boo-boo there, but yeah, he made up for it. And it's not often that he comes and owns up to his mistakes, because
that's a good thing about a businessman. If you're able to, if you fuck up and you're like, hey, hands up, I fucked up, and I'm gonna deliver something that's even better. That's goodwill with the fans.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, he's not all elite. He's just there for the temporary basis, and then we'll see what happens from there. And then let's see what else happens. Apologies, I lost my notes here. Then of course, yes, of course, there we go. So yeah, the next up was of course the Face of the Revolution qualifying match, which consisted of Isaiah, was it Thomas? Isaiah, I don't want to say Thomas. That's a basketball player.
What are you doing? Here it is, Isaiah Thomas. Comes out with Thomas the Tank Engine as his bloody.
Apologies, Isaiah. My bad. So yeah, Isaiah came out, all pumped up. I love Isaiah, man. He's giving me.
He's got that. I love that he came out to the OG Private Party theme.
Yes,
that's pretty dope.
100%. Obviously, it was a mystery opponent, and of course, it was none other than Limitless Keith Lee. Everyone bask in his glory, please. This guy,
that theme has been on repeat since last night. It is fucking good theme.
I like it. It's
I
strong.
really, really dig it.
It's well, I don't think it beats what he had in NXT, but I still like this one's is definitely good. Hasn't missed a step, looks good. No. He's loving the married life so far. So
I mean, the thing is, like, you look at Keith Lee in that ring, you can just tell he feels back to who he is.
Yes,
he's not playing some shitty Bearcat character. Keith Lee is being Keith Lee.
100%.
I've not seen much of Keith Lee, I won't say. The only things I've really seen of Keith Lee are the match he had against Adam Cole in NXT, some of his main roster stuff, and the WWE, I think it was 24 documentary on him. And seeing him in that ring last night, it made me think, why the fuck would you try and fuck with him? Why would you change what he's good at? Because there were bits in that match where I was like, holy fuck, this guy's amazing. Why would you middle?
And worst of all, not only change him, but somehow make it out that it's his fault and then get rid of him.
Fucking, I cannot. Like, the ending spot of that match where Private Party are jumping over the ring, he catches one of them, throws it on the ground. Another one he catches up, and it's like he's put him into the fucking Styles Clash. How the fuck? that is like mental. Anything could have gone wrong with that. Could have dropped him on his head, could have missed him, but no. Motherfucker catches him into a Styles Clash position and then brings him up for a powerbomb on the other tag team member, up again, and then on the side of the apron. I mean, fuck 100%. Me, how do you fuck that up? How do you fuck up a guy like that?
It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. He's so wait, just going back to in terms of matches you've seen. So you haven't seen the matches that you had with not Mark Jindrak, Dijakovic?
Nope.
Watch those matches he's had. Those are actually match of the year candidates. I'm not joking.
I'll note it down and watch it tonight.
Mark, him against Judge. I think he's faced him twice or three times. Watch all of them. Trust me, that the stuff that both of them do, let alone Keith Lee, is freaking amazing. Like, and it even baffles me why they changed Dijakovic into T-Bar. It pisses me off.
Oh, that T-Bar? Fuck.
Yeah, that's T-Bar. Yeah. He was. Wow. If you saw him, you just wonder why fuck him up. It's so
because WWE like to own the people they have. They like to have the control over what they are, who they do, get their own merchandise rights, the T-shirts, the fucking toys, the games.
Yeah,
you can't have someone be who they are. They want to make it their own property, so they can be like, "Hey, you're this guy now. We control what you do in that situation. You can't be your own man or woman or whatever. You can't. You just can't be you."
Absolutely backwards.
Oh, but what did you think about the Matt Hardy tease in the match? Oh, sorry, Jeff Hardy teasing Jeff.
Oh yeah. Wait, just
walks off.
Yeah, just walks off. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, just walks off.
Tony's like, oh, that's erratic behavior.
I know, right?
This is like, oh, Jeff's coming. Jeff's coming. I can't wait this.
Yeah, oh, yeah, 100%. He's definitely coming.
Do you know that? Do you know the Hardy Boys is royalty free music? Their theme music is royalty free.
Their what? Sorry.
Their you know the Hardy Boys theme music.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's royalty free music, so it's like anyone can use it.
Really?
I'm pretty sure because WCW used it in the 90s, unless WWE had purchased it after that. But it was royalty free music for a while.
It's them. Like most likely, they probably want to own it. It
but
wouldn't
imagine if they
surprise
come
me.
out to that theme. Ooh, or no, couldn't he buy no more words? Could he? Ah, shit.
Nah, I don't think it would. We'll have to wait and see.
That's it.
So Numero Superfly says, comments with Keith Lee being all elite. Do you think they will bring in Mia Yim? If so, who would she face in her debut? More than likely, they're bringing Mia Yim.
Yeah. So if they do that, we could get a Keith Lee, Mia Yim versus Adam Cole and Britt Baker match.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, you fucking know I'm gonna say that shit.
Yeah. That's
imagine that. That'd be good. That would be good.
Yeah, 110%.
Mia Yim was in fucking Retribution, wasn't she?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. You know, it's yeah.
Oh my days.
And I'll just never forget I'll never forget when she had that match. She had a match with Dana Brooke or something, and her mask fell off. And I was just like, yeah, the writer's on the wall for you. Screw that. I'll never forget. I actually commented on that on one of her pictures on Instagram. She currently blocked me. She blocked me on Instagram. I was just like, do you feel? I think I said something like, do you feel a bit more freer without that mask, or do you just love it falling off your face? I said something like rude, and then she just blocked me like 5 minutes later. So yeah, that's that. I don't know. I feel kind of honored when a famous wrestler blocks you. You know, you rub them so much that they actually blocked you. I don't know. I take that as
an honor to yourself, good sir. Well done.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. 2 seconds. Oh boy. All right. I may have to be right back. Can you
you want me to cut a promo, a fucking 30 second
cut a promo? Oh,
you want me to cut? Fine.
Plug yourself. Be right back.
Let's discuss Mia Yim coming into AEW then. Oh, that's pretty much fine. I'll go that side. Perfect. Or fuck it, go like this. Do whatever do. We'll wing it. You know, this is free time. This is was it not royally free? But there we go. I have my own screen. Hello, viewers. You can see that I have my own screen and can rock it. Let's discuss Mia Yim being in AEW. If we were to bring her, well, not obviously but if she was to come into AEW, she would have a really good, plethora of opponents to deal with. You could go with Mercedes Martinez, Thunder Rosa, heck, Bray Baker, as I mentioned earlier. But you don't know. If you feel like AEW are just bringing in too many people for their own bits, you don't want them to have a roster that's just going to end up overloading and overflowing. I mean, if she comes in, what's going to happen? You're going to have a really good feud at the start and then just end up on AEW Dark Elevation like Jay Lethal and Andrade. We could see something like that with her, and maybe you don't want people just coming in because it's the hot new thing and everyone loves it and you want to see your favorite wrestlers there. That's absolutely fine. But it's rocking a hard place. I mean, obviously, with Keith Lee coming in, could we see a situation like that? Keith Lee comes in, has this great match at Revolution. Will he win the Face of the Revolution match and then just similar to an Ethan Page situation, Revolution last year? We just saw Ethan Page come in, had a title shot, and then now he's been relegated with Scorpio Sky and this Man of the Year stuff. We don't know. That's simply it. It's a wait and see situation. But Mia Yim, All Elite, would it be good for the female division? Who knows? You're mute, buddy.
There we go.
Hey, he can speak. The man has a voice.
No, I kind of just caught a glimpse of what you said right at the end there regarding will Mia Yim help the women's division. I mean, just following up on that. I mean, it's a recognizable name, and she's definitely someone that got misused. Like, she was fine in NXT. She had a decent challenge to the title. And then obviously when she got mixed up with Retribution, they absolutely buried her. And then so I don't think she could be a top person. They need more top people. I mean, who's right at the top? Like Ruby Soho, Thunder Rosa.
Britt
and obviously Britt
Baker.
Baker. Who else?
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, yeah, because she's champ. So that's 4 people. That's
Rio.
Rio.
Hikaru
Who's Rio?
Shida.
I think they had their time. I don't know. I don't think they're up there. I don't know.
I mean, if you had to push 3 female wrestlers in AEW, who would you pick?
That's there currently.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the freaking roster.
I'll go first then because I know on the top of my head because I study
go ahead, go on.
AEW like a religion. Abaddon. I want to see Abaddon more. I think she's amazing. I love this creepy blood shit gimmick. I want to see more of Abaddon. I think Abaddon's amazing.
Okay.
Give her more screen time. Mercedes Martinez as well could be this really good brunt brawler type and just like fucking just annihilates people.
I mean, she's in a good feud. She's in a good feud with Rosa.
Yeah. Hopefully, because I feel like Thunder Rosa is going to win that feud, and then it's going to launch her into the title picture against Britt because they're like Mickey James and Trish Stratus level rivalry. I think they could be something like that with Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. And the final one I would like to see more of is probably Sky Blue.
I'm not really sold on Sky Blue just yet. I don't know why.
I like her. If not Sky Blue, then probably Serena Deeb.
Serena, that's another thing I'll need to get into, but yeah, maybe Serena. Yeah, Serena Deeb maybe. I would say also Penelope Ford. I would say I like Penelope Ford. I think she showed that she can go in, especially in that tag team hardcore match, whatever it was. Yeah. Another one in the making could be Anna Jay. Anna Jay is someone that has potential.
Abaddon. You like Abaddon? Say Abaddon.
Do you know what? I still haven't seen that hardcore match that they had. Wherever it was,
the Halloween one on Rampage.
Yeah, I need to see that because every time I see her in a match, it's either in a multi-woman match or anything. I don't really see her. And I don't really watch Dark or anything like that for me to really follow her. So I need to watch that match for me to be convinced to see if she is someone I would love to see on my TV screen more than what I'm seeing now.
I want Abaddon to be like the female member of the House of Black. I think that'd be fucking awesome.
But want to make it hokey? I mean, that want to make it very WWE-esque? Because that's what TK's trying to
Black
avoid.
Spraying black mist in people's faces and turning them corrupt. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, Abaddon is very WWE, almost borderline WWE stuff. That's almost Bray Wyatt levels. Like,
think about it. You could have like a cool segment of like Malachi sitting on his throne and Brody standing there as like his paladin at the side, and Abaddon could be like chained up and all that. And Malachi's like, "I want more gold for the house." Reaches down and crouches to Abaddon and just like, "My pet, my beast. I want you to go out and fetch me gold and bring it back to the House of Black," and just like rips the chain off her throat and she just runs out like a dog. Like feral dog just rushing out like this constructed House of Black, and just Malachi sits there just twiddling his fingers like, "Yes, all the gold of the elite shall be mine."
Okay, you thought this out well. Goddamn.
well, you know, it's Scotland's is a fun place. You know, they have fun times up here. You know, alcohol and everything makes your mind pretty.
Understatement. Fair enough. Okay. But yeah. Abaddon is a maybe. But yeah, definitely Penelope Ford, Anna Jay, and yeah, because I can't think of anyone else right now. Yeah, put her in the
Hey.
Yeah, why not? So yeah. So that happened. And then wait, what match were we on before?
We're just talking about Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, yeah. So, that's another thing. Sorry, going back on Keith Lee. For some reason, like when he went to the main roster, for me, to the main roster, I couldn't see anyone or in that many dream matches that I wanted to see when he was in the main roster. Now that he's in AEW, there is so many people I want to actually see him face.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Like you're at the pinnacle of WWE in the main roster. You're on a main roster show. But
who would you want him to face? Like if you just like, oh, Keith Lee, let's go. The top guys, Roman Reigns, we'll go with that. Bobby Lashley, let's go with that.
If I had to choose, The one definite one I would love to see, is probably either him against Roman Reigns or him against Lesnar, because those were two awesome interactions during Survivor Series and Royal Rumble respectively. So those were the only two that I would have loved to see. Everything else,
what would you after? What would you after that? What would we get? Keith Lee versus Otis or Chad Gable or something like that? Or
I feel like that's a waste of talent. There was more possibilities, better matches, or better possibility match types in NXT. But that just does not just show how bare bones and how thin the main roster is.
Exactly. I mean, think about it.
And you have someone like Keith Lee there, and you just can't think. It's bewildering, absolutely bewildering.
You can have so much fun with booking in AEW that you could basically write a fucking fan fiction series about all your dream matches, and then WWE, you just look at it, it's like, I can maybe get a short story out of this.
Yeah, exactly. There's a quick just burn it, and then before you went to something random for the Saudi Arabia show, you should be fine. You'll be fine. But anyway, so
next
match was of course. Sorry.
Was it Jade Cargill that was next?
No. It was a tag team match. So it was.
Oh, FTR. Fuck.
It was FTR versus CM Punk and his partner of his choosing, which happens to be Jon Moxley. Why this never came to my mind of who I wanted to team up with, I don't know. This was probably the most. I'm pretty sure a lot of AEW haters must have had an absolute troll fest with this. Like, oh, this is just a WWE match on AEW. Oh, this and that. Which to my reply to them, fuck off. But
and also to that, I look. Oh, I see a guy from Ring of Honor. I see a guy from CCW, and I also see some two WWE guys who are FTR. The other guys I see as Ring of Honor, and CCW. So fuck that statement.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just God, I hate those close people. So CM Punk against Jon Moxley, very, 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 very good. I love the counters, the chemistry as well. There was one point where I think CM Punk was going for the GTS. Somehow they reversed it nicely for it to end up hitting the big rig on CM Punk. Multiple chances trying to go for the GTS and the help me out here.
Anaconda Vice or the Paradigm Shift?
No. What's Moxley's finisher?
Paradigm Shift.
Yes, yeah. There was numerous attempts to go for those. But yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, it was good.
I'll go into it in a minute. But what was your thoughts on anything particular that stood out for you in that match?
Well, I didn't expect Mox at first. I really thought Danhausen. I mean, the other one I could have thrown a curveball in was Bryan Danielson, because a lot of people want to see them.
Yes.
Team. But I loved this match. It went on longer than I really thought it was going to be, and obviously it wasn't announced, so it was like a nice, wee, cheeky surprise.
Yeah, 110%. It was good back and forth. Nice finish. Obviously, CM Punk and Jon Moxley won that match by hitting their finishers simultaneously. And then that was pretty much it. So that pretty much, I think that confirms that it's going to be CM Punk versus MJF anywhere, anytime. They didn't really go back onto it about after what happened. You just saw MJF throwing a fit backstage with was it with Wardlow or was it with Shawn Spears? No, it was with Shawn Spears.
His best friend in the whole wide world.
Yep. And we'll just see what happens there. Next up was Jade Cargill versus AQA for the TBS Women's Championship. This was cool. I'm liking this. I'm liking that AQA. She has potential. She's been trained by Booker T at his School of Hard Knocks. I don't know. She has potential. I don't know if she's going to be signed to AEW. This is probably like her little tryout, a huge tryout nonetheless.
Yeah, I really like that. I think it was a moonsault off the top rope that she did onto Jade, or shooting star press.
No, shooting star. Was it a shooting star?
Yeah, it was shooting star press.
Yeah, it was a shooting star. Yeah,
that was good.
She
also Jade really improved in the ring. I thought that was one of her great best matches.
100%, 110%. Yeah,
It
she's
just
there.
shows
She's
when you're
definitely
trained by Brian Danielson, you can do anything.
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's definitely getting better and better. I'm loving this reign. I think she should have the title for a lengthy amount of time. You know, in my opinion. She's
I think she should. I think she should get to maybe like 49 wins, and then lose to someone, so she'll have like that record of 49-1. Because obviously she's undefeated, and it could be like a real like mental break things. Like I was gonna get 50 consecutive wins and be undefeated, and now my record is tarnished, and she just goes maybe a bit ballistic or something like that, and maybe has
even
some time
more
off
heel.
after. Yeah, maybe even more heel, or maybe like goes for like a full like non-disqualification match against whoever took the TBS title off her, and then you could have Jade be written off for time to give her a wee bit of a break.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that if they ever did go that route, I don't want them to keep on. I think they
We
should
don't want
have
a
the streak
Goldberg. We
quietly.
don't want a Goldberg situation where they get like 200 plus wins, and it's just like,
No,
oh,
no, no, no. Of course not. But I'm saying in terms of if they want to do something, I don't want them to make the streak the forefront. I want it to be kind of like in the background. Like I don't want them to always say 31, 32, 33. Otherwise, you know, when it comes to something like that, people will be kind of expecting it, like or the possibility of that happening. But if they only show it to as when she's making her entrance at the bottom of the screen, saying like this is her 50th title defense. And then she loses, then you put it up on there saying it's 49-1. And then that's why I wanted. I don't want it to be the pure focus point of that. You know,
who
so
do you
it'll be
want to
nice little show.
dethrone Jade? Who would you pick to dethrone Jade as the TBS champion?
There's no one there that can dethrone her. I was gonna say Thunder Rosa, but she's more fixated with the TNT, the AEW women's title.
I would say Ty Conti.
She could do
Be a nice elevation for her.
It would. I don't know. See, I got that Vince McMahon mindset going in terms of like she's not tall enough. She can't overthrow who does she think she is? Alexa Bliss? Like, no, it's just, I don't know.
She's gonna bring out the spooky theatrics. She'll have a doll of Jade and she'll twist it into macaroni, and then Jade will just be a mess in the ring, and she'll go in for the pin. WWE booking, ladies and gentlemen. Theatrics.
I'll be scared of dolls like Shayna Baszler. Yeah, of course.
Muscular women's weaknesses: dolls.
Muscular MMA trained women.
Yes. Basically, go into UFC and throw a Barbie doll in the ring, and everyone will just scram out with it. Yes. I found their weakness: tiny plastic dolls. Watch out, its hair is braided.
I hate you, Vince. I'm sorry. I just do sometimes. Like you've had your moments. Like I miss you from like up to that 2000 and what?
4, 5. Before WWE ECW.
Like just before the PG era. So the ruthless aggression era, maybe. I don't know.
Vince got soft.
Yeah.
He's a big old shot.
I miss that Vince. Like, that was prime Vince. This guy is
yes, technically you want to go up to Vince, slap him, and say, "Where's your ruthless aggression?"
Yeah, 100%. That guy will probably break his hip now. It's ridiculous. I'm being rude.
Quads again.
You'll
tear his quads.
I think that hit his anniversary recently. I'm sure I saw the list.
Was it 2004, 5?
Yeah, I think it's close to his anniversary or something. Yeah. Awesome times. So yeah, that was that happened. So yeah, of course, Jade Cargill won her match. She retained her championship. She is now 27-0. Is that correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
High 20s.
Yeah, definitely in the 20s. She's gone. She's surpassed. She's long surpassed Undertaker. So keep that in mind. And then
Undertaker, take a seat to the real streak holder.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Guess what, Goldberg? You're next. Jade's coming for that streak.
Oh, flip sake. That's another thing I need to ask you. It's regarding Elimination Chamber. We'll get into that once we wrap this up.
We'll go at the end discussion. We'll go from the good company to the fucking shit one we have to talk about. Under our Wrestling Republic contract, we are contractually obligated to talk about the shits.
Yes, everything
Thanks,
and anything. So yeah, after that match, they come back to another segment backstage, whereas the Young Bucks and Adam Cole were talking. We're talking, saying how they're looking to start to become coming back as champions, becoming champions, and then Cole says, Jay White is going to have their back on Friday, because I believe it's the Bucks against Roppongi Vice, yeah. Then the Young Bucks say that that White used to be like blood,
blood
like it was a
feud,
blood feud between
with
him
Kenny.
and
He was like,
Omega.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, once your Bullet Club, you did your Bullet Club for life, all this kind of stuff. Now, what could go wrong, hey?
It was at this moment the Bucks knew they fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
I liked Cole said your Bullet Club for life. That makes me think we're going to get some Bullet Club stuff happening soon.
100%.
And if we get that, that's going to revitalize Bullet Club, because Bullet Club right now is just
it's not the same.
Yeah, it's NW 2000.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Agreed, 100%. And then, of course, the next match after that segment was, of course, my favorite match, was a Serena Deeb against Katie Arquette in a 5-minute Professor
challenge
or whatever it was.
Did this give you like vibes of Chris Masters' lock challenge back in the day?
Kind of, yeah.
I like this because this gives like Deeb like this, like, hey, I'm tough as shit. Let's get some indie people in, or like newbies in, and just show you how dominant I am. It's like a showcase.
I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like I would rather her choose someone that's of name value to do this kind of thing. Obviously, you don't want to like get someone that's high up, to squash them in less than a minute. But I mean, someone that, like, I don't know, that Red Velvet or some like a recognizable name to do the challenge.
Brandy Rhodes.
Or Brandy Rhodes, but she's too busy throwing zingers at Dan. Where his name is. Yeah, him. The sexist, ageist, racist old guy that's looking to get canceled in a bowl of fire, as he puts it. So yeah, this even though it's a nice premise, I like the idea. I just felt like this was kind of like thrown together, and then just kind of, this was another like just throwaway match for the women.
Hey, we got 2 women's matches on the card, so that's nice.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, there was 2 matches. But yeah, I think they could do more with this. Like, it has potential, it has legs, but we just have to see what happens. 110%. But anyway, that was done in about a minute. Obviously, Serena Deeb won by doing some crazy submission. And then we come to the main event, which was, of course, Hangman Adam Page versus Lance Archer for the AEW World Championship in a Texas death match. What's your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was pretty fucking good. I was
very innovative, right?
Yeah. I was a bit hesitant at first. Like, the one Lance Archer did with Mox for the IWGP US title, I wasn't too much of a fan of. I didn't really like the finish.
Agreed. Yeah.
But this one was a fucking stellar finish. Hangman doing that lariat off the ref and then into Lance, and Lance through 2 tables was fucking amazing.
That was nice.
Yeah, look at all you people saying Hangman's reign is dumb and stupid, and then it's just like, oh, he's just done a flip over the ref and into the big, massive murder hawk boy who's gone through 2 fucking tables. Yeah, saying his reign's shit. Get back into your neck beard and like, where's Sasha Banks coming out? Yes, she's in the Sailor Moon cosplay. Did the splits. Oh my god, mom, oh my god, did you say Sasha? Sasha did the splits.
I need to go clean myself up now.
Here's your Kleenex. You better go to boy. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, that. So yeah, it was very innovative, back and forth action. Loved it. Can't complain about it at all. Definitely spiced up the reign for Hangman Page. I think he needed this. And yeah, even though he doesn't really defend the title that much, or doesn't have that non-title matches on screen, it does feel more like a special attraction now From what I think that's what they're trying to build him as. He had the 2 great
Well, I feel
matches
like
with
that's what
Dynasty.
title matches should be. They should be the special attraction thing. You shouldn't have like that. What's that thing WWE do? Like, it's not number 1 contenders match, but it's like they face the champion, and then if they pin the champion, they get the title match. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's the name of it now? Was it a contenders
match? Is it?
It's a contenders match or some shit that was called almost every match. I remember there was one week that it was almost every match was a contender, and then the champion still won. So I'm just like, what? What was the whole point?
I like the little subtle storytelling with Lance and Jake the Snake, because it seems like they're gonna break that relationship up soon.
That's been long overdue. I think that's been long overdue.
Don't get me wrong, I like Jake. I think Jake's still good on the mic for his age and all that, but he's definitely. It seems like a lot of the stuff from 2019 AEW is coming to an end, and we're entering this really new era.
A new season.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Because obviously with like 2019 season, they had the 4 champions booked of what they knew who they were going to do, from Jericho to Mox to Kenny to Hangman. And now we've got this 4 new waves of champions that I feel like they've prepared for.
Yeah. No, I agreed. And it's good. It's like I say, it's refreshing. Somehow, it just brings new possibilities to the title picture. And even if it's not a title involved, there's still some interesting feuds going on within the obviously not everything is hitting out the park. There is a couple duds, but for the most part, 100%. They
like things that go off my head is like the backstage ball, Hangman not even waiting. Like that's just like fuck it. The match just basically started. I'm just going for it. I'm just fucking going in. Then Lance Archer doing the blackout of Hangman onto the steel steps. I thought that was fucking like, oh shit. I also thought Hangman like fucked up his hand because he was holding it in the when he fell on the floor. I was like, oh
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. I was like, oh shit. But overall, like, there was duds in it, but there was still a lot of like, holy shit, this is stuff you can see on the YouTube highlight reel.
110%. And this is why, well, from what I can see, that not especially from the major YouTube channels, you don't see them do like top 10 worst things that AEW has done. They have a shitload for WWE. But if AEW was doing badly, you would see all these major companies doing crazy lists of, like, obviously they do some that they can improve on, but they're on the right path. So I just don't get. That's why
AEW have had some really bad shit in the past. Yeah. They've like the original Dark Order ending at 2019 when that guy was punching the canvas. And
he was having a feud with Air. That's what happened.
he was trying to be like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Aang, and just comes out with that fucking arrow in his head. It's like, oh shit, it's Aang. Aang's all elite. And then there was that. I don't know what the staple was because I wasn't watching AEW at this time, but there was a staple with, like, I think it was Brandy Rhodes, Awesome Kong, and someone called Mel.
Oh, the Nightmare Collective or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that was. I heard that was really, really shit.
That was shit. It was dumb. Obviously, a more recent one is, of course, the barbed wire death match. I mean,
I would say even the Anthony Ogogo and Cody Rhodes promo.
Yeah.
That was not very good. And I feel like that killed the hype for that match.
Yeah. I think they openly said it in Cody Rhodes' show, didn't he? Yeah, it was.
Yes, Rhodes to the Top on TNT at 9 Central. You can watch it there.
Okay, who do you work for?
You got me. I'm Tony Khan's Scottish enforcer.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for these stupid kids.
Damn kids. These damn young people, this Generation Z, ruining the old ways.
But yeah, it's they have to, of course they've had a couple duds. Every wrestling company can't seem to avoid duds. Not everything always connects to an audience. But for the most part, like, I look more forward to any AEW product than I haven't even seen Raw. I skipped this week's Raw. That's because of one thumbnail I saw, and they basically said, this week's episode, nothing happened, and I was like, "Well,
it's like that spelling. It's the spelling bee shit they're doing with Alpha Academy and RK Bro."
They do. They're not doing the spelling bee, but it's still doing the challenges.
What the fuck? Imagine if you went back to bald Randy Orton, where he was punt kicking every motherfucker and kissing Stephanie.
Lee Orton,
yeah, and you just go up to like, "Hey Orton, like 10 years down the line, you're gonna be with a guy who smokes weed, an Olympian and his friend who likes KFC, and you're going to be doing spelling bees on Raw." He would be like, Jeff Jarrett's TNA is looking really appetizing right now.
No, but apparently people are a bit more upset with with the stuff going on, because even more so, not because of what happened in it, because apparently this week's one was good, but there was meant to be Kurt Angle was meant to be a part of it,
Yeah, which has been next.
which was next, yeah. So he was, and then but then he was meant to be possibly be a special guest referee or something like that at Elimination Chamber regarding their match, which would have been
Probably.
cool. You know, it makes sense.
I would
Chad
like to see him
Gable.
be a manager for Chad Gable, because Chad Gable's an Olympian.
Oh yeah, yeah. I always wish they could have done like a new version of the world's greatest tag team when obviously Jason Jordan was there, and I would have been so up for that. He could be their manager, their mentor, you know, and then take them to new heights. Obviously, they can't do that now because I think Jason Jordan is pretty much retired now. He might as well say he's retired. I think.
What's
And
that
obviously,
new Olympian guy that they've got under their books?
oh, Gable. For some reason,
Yeah,
people
Gable
are.
Stevenson, is it?
Yeah, Gable Stevenson. Yeah, people are comparing him to Kurt Angle, which they should not do. Like it's too much pressure for such a young kid.
Yeah,
And
don't. It's like that. What's the other guy they're comparing as the new Brock Lesnar?
oh, the guy that is bald in NXT.
Yeah. If you take these legends and you say like this guy's the new one of that, how much pressure do you think that's going to be on that person to like live
Exactly.
up to this internet hype? And then how disappointed are you going to be like, oh, they're not like Brock Lesnar, no, not like Kurt Angle, they're not like Randy Orton. I want my old shit. I don't want to watch the new shit now because they're not like what I grew up with. We have to look at the way the product is now and evolve with it. You can't just look at these people and put on the people that you grew up with. You have to let them be who they are themselves. You can't just take the old template and put it on something new. The template evolves, and you let it evolve.
I said it perfectly. You
I
know,
rest
I
my
echo that as
case,
well.
Your Honor.
It's it's a straight facts. It's only because he has a similar resume to Kurt Angle. They think, oh yeah, he's definitely going to be, you know, as big as and talented as him. But like, Kurt Angle is a 1 in a million. You know, that the guy was like he was against wrestling, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's sports entertainment, and he became one of the best of all time. And it's just one of those things that happens in the once in a minute chance. Too much pressure on a guy that could easily, you know, be swamped with that all that kind of responsibility and not be able to live to those.
Yeah, like imagine if Gabe Stevenson had his first match and he botches hard. What do you think you're going to happen? That he's going to be known as that one guy who botched his match for the first time. Let him do his thing. Let him evolve, and then we see how we go.
Yeah,
let
exactly.
Gable Stevenson be Gable Stevenson.
Exactly, 100%. Speaking of people that they compare to, I think didn't they compare Angel Garza to being the next Eddie Guerrero?
Don't they do that for every like talent that's from Mexico? They say everyone's the next Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, let's.
I can say Sin Cara was the next Eddie Guerrero, and everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, sure." They probably say
yeah, more likely the next Eddie Gordo, but there's a really bad version of Eddie Gordo. But yeah, other than that, going back to the main event, it was absolutely great, innovative match. All in all, Cowboy wins. He retains his title. Because I believe he had eventually Lance Archer couldn't get up before the 10 count.
Yeah, he couldn't get up for the 10 count.
And then so he retains, and then shortly
Adam
after
Cole,
that,
and then Adam Cole comes out and it's like, ooh, nice stare down.
Yep, nice little stare down. Adam Cole was holding the title. And then obviously they had a little stare down at the end. So it's very more than likely that Adam Cole, obviously it makes sense for him to be the next person to be challenging Hangman, most likely at Revolution.
Yeah, probably. Which makes me excited because I can't wait to see that live.
Indeed. That should be a bomb burner. So it's everything's pointing for it to be Paige to be the one to break the streak for Adam Cole, because I think he's the only one left besides MJF that has, well, I guess MJF, but he's the only one left that has a meaningful streak to snap, isn't it? Yeah.
So with the stuff with Jay White going on and this possible Elite Civil War, I originally thought MJF should be the one to take the title off Paige. But with this stuff with Cole and the Elite and Bullet Club and all this stuff is making me think Cole. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I like the Elite Civil War shit. I think will be the storyline of the year if it happens this year or whatever year it will be with Bullet Club. I feel like they can execute it stellar, but doesn't need the title.
No, not at all. It could like with or without it. I would say, but obviously it'll be between Cole. So you're saying that Cole obviously wins the title, and then possibly face Omega.
Yeah. So let's say Cole wins at a Revolution. Cole comes back. It's like, I won the gold for the Elite. The Elite now has the gold, and we're back, baby. And then say Red Dragon win the tag team champs, and it's like, yeah, look, the Elite's got the gold, and the Bucks are just a bit hesitant, like, oh yeah, this is. I mean, not truly the Elite have got it. And then Kenny comes back, and then Kenny's like, hey, I'm taking over. It's my faction. You were just brought in as the stand-in. I left the Bucks in charge. So I don't know what the fuck you're doing with the title and all that shit. Then we get basically Kenny versus Cole for the title, and then Cole will win, and then we could get a Kenny face turn from that, and then that leads up to the Civil War, where it's the Bucks and Kenny are trying to take the titles off this poison within the Elite.
A lethal dose of poison. No, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, that could also work. That could also work. I could fuck with that for sure. Yeah, I don't know what to feel about it. I think I'd be cool. I don't know. It's because of these high profile matches that Page has happened. I can't see him actually losing.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want Page to lose it because I like Page. I think Page is great.
It's starting to grow on me, this title reign now, especially after last night.
Mm-hmm. So I think with Cole it will grow stronger. That's the thing, though. Is like if you have Page beat Cole, that just elevates Page and makes the title reign stronger because he's gone from Bryan Danielson, from like one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, to like a powerhouse like Lance, and then he's going to go against Cole, who's like he's just over as fuck and just amazing. I don't. It's the main thing is just, does this Elite Civil War thing need the title in it? That's the main thing.
He probably doesn't. Like I said,
he doesn't. No. Yeah. But you could get some good storyline shit out of it if the title's included.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would work either way. But yeah, I'm totally open. I don't know. Yeah. I think come back to that question after Revolution. We'll see what happens there, because it's the possibilities are endless. But yeah, so that was pretty much the end of the show. So all in all, out of 10, we usually give overall rating of the of any show or any pay-per-view that we see. So yeah, out of 10, how much would you rate this, Soul?
9.
Woo, strong 9. Okay, and 9 iron. Fair enough.
Oh, absolutely.
To be fair, I can't really argue with you. You know, I'm gonna have to give it a solid 9 as well. It was a huge step up from last week. Like I said earlier, it wasn't. I'm not saying that last week's one was bad. It was just very disjointed. With this one, there's more like there was a good even pace throughout.
Yeah, there's a good flow of structure.
Yeah,
the way the show was built. So I agree. 100%.
100%. So because of that, and the matches were entertaining, everything meant something, except for the Serena D match. I think that's where he loses a point for me. But yeah, other than that, yeah, 9 out of 10. Best Dynamite for a long while. I believe Wrestling Republic themselves actually gave it 4 out of 5. On that rating. So yeah,
we all agree. See, wrestling fans can agree on something.
Yeah, can we all just get along?
Hugs, everybody, just bring it in, brother. Let's all just hug and share the love.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that is our thoughts on AEW Dynamite. What are your thoughts? Please make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. We always read them, and if it's what's the word I'm looking for? If it was what?
If it stands out.
If it stands out or it's constructive, that's the word. If it's constructive, then of course we will reply as well. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much, Soul, for joining us on this show.
Well, of course, as always.
Yes. Anything else you want to bring up before we go, or
Elimination Chamber? I couldn't give 2 shits about it.
That's another thing I was meant to ask you as well, just before we round up. Yeah. Oh, this fucking Goldberg shit. Okay. why? Look, I know with Saudi Arabia, they blow their load over this nostalgia. But this guy literally comes in.
Chaos.
What?
It's easy to explain. The Saudi
Please.
prince is there on his throne. He's watching SmackDown. He sees Goldberg comes out, raises his hands like, yes, okay. Leave me, subjects, leave me. Goes to his room. Tells his wife, leave! I must do something. Goes to a little cabinet in his room. Crouches down into the prayer stance. Opens it up. And there's a Goldberg figure standing there. His idol. His god. He praises to the figure. Goldberg, you have come back to my land. Thank you. Thank you. And that is why we have Goldberg in Saudi every fucking year. Because the prince is a Goldberg mark.
It's clearly, I mean, it just baffles me because of his track record. This guy literally always comes out, demands a title match, gets squashed in 5 minutes, goes away for a few months, wins one match, goes away, and comes back again to go for another title shot. I'm just like, who are you? Like,
Goldberg's going on that training regimen like Goku. He's just like, yes, I must train for this match. I must train. Gage, train with me, my boy. Train with me. He's training and training and training. And he comes back. He's like, no, I can't beat. I must get stronger. He's going to come back stronger and stronger. This dude goes to his fucking Super Saiyan in the ring. And it's just like, yes, Goldberg has reached ultra instinct level of badassery. And then he just gets like speared and done.
No, like it's just irritating how he could just walks around and just asks for a title. Like, I understand the reason they're doing it is another reason because it was the match that never happened 2 years ago, whatever. But
did anyone want it to happen though?
And we did, yeah, exactly. No one wanted the Battle of the Spears. Like
when that shit got cancelled, everyone was like, "Yay, we've been saved."
There we go, Braun Strowman
versus Goldberg, and everyone was like, "We're fucked."
Oh my god! Did he win that match? Yeah, he did. See,
yeah,
that title reign was so forgotten.
Mr. Choo Choo won the fucking title.
Whatever. Oh god. Anyway, Numero Superfly says the old saying for almost all the wrestlers to the champs: "Can I get a title shot, please?" And the champ says, "Of course." It's so boring and lazy.
It's like fucking Oliver Twist. Goldberg's rocking up with his wee ball. Mr. Reigns, could I have a title shot, please? Fucking head of the table. Of course, my boy. You can have a title shot. As long as I beat you in 2 seconds with a fucking spear. Yeah, of course, sir. I love that idea. Can I get a paycheck?
Is the guy's gonna be concussed before he goes out to the ring? He's gonna
do
be
that headbutt in the door shit.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be concussed.
Like, fuck my arm. Well, fucked it. And Vince is like, oh, Goldberg, for fuck's sake, you've gone and fucked yourself again.
You know when it's obviously in his entrance, you just see the camera just staring at his door. All you hear is a bang, and he's just like, it's just awkward silence, like nothing happens, and then they just
cameraman opens up the door. Goldberg is laid out flat. Fuck. Like, for fuck's sake, Goldberg.
Oh god. Well, you know what? I want to see that happen. Make it happen, please. I want to see.
I really want to see that. I really want to see the Prince of Saudi Arabia with a Goldberg figure now, just holding it up in the crowd, like, yeah, my hero.
Oh my god.
I can make better matches in universe mode.
100%. Flip it in 2K20, and that game's fucking broken. Just oh my god. I just want to hear. I just want to hear them like just the loud bang, and then you just say the back like the camera crew say, "For fuck's sake, Goldberg." I gotta imagine it. Please make it happen. I don't wish concussion on anybody, but just for that.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I don't understand it. I know exactly why they're doing this thing because this lines up. But I don't agree with it. I don't agree with any of the matches. I think there's Becky versus Lita booked. There is
the women's elimination.
Which I'm really surprised that I'm quite surprised that they're very lenient with the women's matches.
Well, you know why they put them in the chamber? It's so the crowd can't chuck shit at them.
Fair play.
How do we protect the women's wrestler from the crowd throwing bottles at them? Simple. We put them in a fucking cage. Watch it. I bet like the ramp will have like a tunnel that's all caged off from the
Oh
crowd
my
for that
god.
shit.
Oh my god.
Who's
Imagine.
the mystery woman in that? You think? I'm thinking Bailey.
I don't think it's gonna be anyone important, to be honest. I don't want them to waste the Bailey return on a Saudi Arabia show. I'm sorry.
You know they'll do it.
I mean, to be fair, look, I'm giving it too much slack because Crown Jewel was actually an entertaining match. Pay-per-view, the last one. I'll give it to them. But still, I still the bad taste is still in my mouth of these shows. If they do it again, if they knock it out of the park again this year with the Elimination Chamber, then all right, cool. I'll loosen my hatred for these shows because they ultimately don't mean anything.
No.
But yeah.
Remember when Braun Strowman won the Rumble and had that belt given to him?
And we never saw that again. That was just like,
watch it. He's going to turn up on Ring of Honor with it. It's like, I'm still the greatest Royal Rumble champion.
He's going to do it in the London Blaze. He's going to do it in the London Blaze and jump it in the trash. That's what he's going to do.
I was like, yeah. That's the 24/7 title. I'll fucking take it.
Yeah. But
it's so fun to make fun of WWE, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's of course it's great content, 100%.
And then you just wish the product was better, so you didn't have to waste your sanity.
Yes, and time, and yeah, it just. I don't know why we put ourselves through this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why we put ourselves through it, but yeah, it's just one of those things. But
who knows? Maybe they'll decide to actually get someone from NXT to appear, like that Susie character who's like the weeaboo with the fucking body pillow and the eye mask coming out.
Who? Sorry.
Yeah, that was that character in NXT 2.0, the Susie one, who's like basically just lazy as shit.
Oh yeah. Is it
Let's have her come out
or something like that? I can't remember.
I don't know. Don't know.
Don't care. Numero Superfly comments. He says maybe the women's elimination chamber, the mystery. No, Lacey Evans. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
her. Snap.
But you really want, like, I don't know about that. How would she feel? Has she been featured in Saudi before?
She has.
Right. So I just know she was like an American soldier and all that. I don't know how the crowd would react to that kind of shit.
Nah, yeah, no, she was pretty kosher. I think she had a match against. No, was it? Is it Bailey?
I don't know.
It was a dead match. It was a dud of a match. It was absolute dud. I don't rate Lacey Evans at all. Or maybe it was against Charlotte, but whatever. No, Charlotte has never been.
I liked Lacey Evans before she went. Like, I liked Lacey Evans. I liked Lacey Evans before the pandemic, where she had that stuff with Becky Lynch. I thought she was pretty good in that. Then the full fucking Ric Flair storyline came in. That was utter shite.
Yep.
I don't know where.
I want to know exactly. I want to know how they're going to get around that because, like, yeah, obviously it was heavily implied that was Ric Flair's daughter, kid inside her. So they can't really promote him anymore because
who knows? Maybe she'll come out. Maybe she'll come out with a coat hanger.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! Oh, you did not go there. Okay,
hey,
I do not endorse these.
Maybe we should do a Gene Snitsky and punt kick.
I do not endorse these comments made from Soul, by the way. YouTube, please do not get us canceled.
I'm sorry, Susan Watsky. I'm sorry.
Coat hanger. Oh my God. I mean, I love it, but no.
That's such good shit.
No, yeah. I hope it's if it is Lacey Evans, I hope it's Lacey Evans. I don't want him to waste a Bailey return at Saudi Arabia. That has to be at a pay-per-view that means something.
I feel like they'll just do it though because they know the Saudis pay good money for it and they want to provide. Like, I feel like the Saudi shows are really the WrestleMania now.
No, don't say that.
I could say it, but it could be fact because they put in a lot of effort there. They send all the talent out. They put on really highlight matches people want to see, or like with the biggest stars. Like, it's obviously they care more about these shows than Mania because Mania this year
that's still in the air, isn't it? I heard somewhere it's a complete flux.
And I was like, flux. You have no idea what they're doing.
And this is I remember there was at one point, it's not even that long ago, like back from when it was WrestleMania 30. I remember when WrestleMania was done, the dirt sheets already pretty much said, WWE sources have said they already got penciled in their WrestleMania for the year after.
Mm-hmm.
And like this is they're treating WrestleMania like it's Monday Night Raw. It's
Pretty much.
freaking
Because they know WrestleMania will sell itself.
yeah.
The name sells itself. They could have Goldberg in a 60-minute Iron Man match against Shane, and people will still flock and buy the tickets to see Mania and stream it on the site and all that because it's Mania.
It's such a bad like. I remember I was watching this video on YouTube, and this guy said it best that WWE is not a wrestling company anymore. It is a content creator company that so happens to have wrestling underneath their umbrella.
Correct.
They don't really care about storylines or anything. They just want to create moments, and proof in there is obviously the cut-ins of people and all these ham-fisted, short-lived storylines and stuff, and it
Yeah,
doesn't make
I
any
could
sense.
I could very well see the future of television is pretty much gonna be obsolete. Telly will be dead in maybe about a year, not in a year, maybe 3 years or give or take,
Mhm.
and they'll just put Raw and SmackDown on. What's that network that they're on just now in the UK? No, the UK, US Peacock. They'll put
Peacock,
them
yeah.
on Peacock, and it'll be like this weekly streaming show, and it's just providing content just to bring people back to the streaming service and watch it. As long as
Yeah.
you're providing content, like look at what WWE do on YouTube. Like their viewing figures are absolutely mental because they
Yeah.
produce like 8 or 10 clips a day. I'm pretty sure they're like the best thing for YouTube because they're all be able to get monetized, and it's just basically like get as much content out as we can. The name sells itself. Just get it out there, you know.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think it's gonna be to a point where it's gonna be like just random matches, almost like a Velocity or something, where
Yeah,
the storyline is complete secondary, and it's just random matches. Um, because it's just the proof is in the pudding right there. It's
Mhm.
just less and less effort every time, and they're literally thinking on the fly. And yeah, I don't know who to blame for that. I mean, obviously there is one person to blame for it, but it just in my eyes it's showing that he's slowly losing grips, or just not caring about the company anymore, and it's just
Its quality is just going down and down
yeah,
and down.
it's crazy. But it's to the point where they, as much as we complain about it, we still go back every week. It's just like we're not really helping the cause. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing. It's like domestic violence.
Jesus
Keep it
fuck!
coming.
I thought
That's
my
what it's
comment was bad.
that's what it is. It's like we keep it getting beaten down with all this stuff, and then we just keep it coming back. Like, okay, I'll forgive you. It happens. And you might get a nice little gift once a week or something, or maybe 2 weeks in a row if you're lucky. And then you get, you know, that's the
Vince just backhanding the viewers.
basically it is what it is. But yeah, I've gone on a tangent. That was a nice little rant there.
Mm.
But yeah, as I said, make sure everyone make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way. Make sure you go and follow us at Wrestling Republic on Instagram, as well as at official_TITTT. That is where you find all the up to date posts of when we're going live and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So would you want to drop your IG?
Follow me at SoulGameman123. Always been a pleasure to being here on Take It to the Table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just before we go, got one more comment. Numero Superfly says if WrestleMania is just gonna sell itself, it's pretty much going to be getting the WrestleMania 9 vibe, where pretty much all the matches were completely irrelevant. Is that the one where Hulk Hogan beat Bret Hart or Yokozuna?
Yeah, he beat Yokozuna. I think it was that one.
WrestleMania 9, and that's like one of the worst manias
Manias.
ever.
Yeah, because that's where Undertaker fought Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely that one. Yeah, where it was Bret Hart against Yokozuna, and yeah, he just came out and won in 22 seconds. Jesus.
The power of Hogan, brother, and racism as well.
Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect. Money Inc. versus the Mega Maniacs. Razor Ramon defeated by Bunkland. Bob Backlund. Doink the Clown defeated Crush. Yeah. Wow, these matches were quick. How long was this show? Flipping hell. They did not last long. Anyway, sorry, going on for the tangent. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much. So, thank you everyone that's been watching. This has been Take It to the Table. Until next time, guys. Peace.